Alright, so I wasn't actually planning on making this video, but I've been requested by one of my athletes to make this video because of a problem he's having, and that is his block. So what I decided to do is just make an overall video of the block, the concept of the block, some drills you can do to improve your block, some special strength stuff you can do to improve your block. Alright, but let's get into this. So, what is a block? Alright, a block is something that happens at the finish with the opposite side of your throwing side. So if you're a right-handed thrower, this will be your left side. If you're a left-handed thrower, it'll be your right side. If you're a right-handed thrower, it will be your left side. Alright, so everyone sees, a stand throw here. This side stops moving, so I'm throwing right-handed, and the right side turns around it. But what you have to really understand is why you need a block. Like, why not just go like this? Alright? The reason is because if you do not stop your opposite side, you will slow down, likely pull, and you will just lose all your energy. Alright? This is a lot more powerful. That, as opposed to that. Alright? So, what the block is basically your right side is coming around. Alright? You're square to the sector with your hips and your shoulders. Alright? And your left side stops. People block in different ways. Either here, here, out here, out here. Alright? It doesn't matter. Alright? As long as you don't go like this or this. Alright? Or yank down. As long as you're able to keep your shoulders level, it doesn't really matter how you do your block in terms of like what position your arm is. As long as you keep your shoulders level, you keep that stretch in your chest, whether it's shot put or discus, and you don't pull down or up, or you go like this or this. Because if you go like this, suddenly if you go like that, you're suddenly going to go like that. Alright, if you go down, your shoulders are going to want to go down. Alright, and that's going to affect your release angle and, the power and how the release comes out. Alright, so you just want to make sure, again, when you block, the arm position is either, if to the side, let me go here. Here, this way, yeah. Here, here, or just straight out. Alright, doesn't really matter which one. Alright, but you just want to make sure, once again, you're not down or up, you're not here or here. Alright, you keep the shoulders level no matter what. You prevent yourself from going like this or this. Okay, so that's very important. Alright, so the actual concept of a block. What is the block? The block is basically your left side stops. All the energy that was in your left side is now going to transfer to your right side and basically create that whip effect you see all these pros get. Alright? If you were not to have a block, you would slow down immensely because all that energy is now still in your body instead of transferring through the implement. And that's what we want. So what this is basically the left side transmitting energy to the implement. Alright, now it's very important when you hit this block, you don't hit it too early. Alright? So what I don't want to see is here and you try and block here, or what most people do is they try and pull because they're really anticipating the block instead of letting the block come to them. So what they'll do is they're here and they're here, but you see, and they try and stop here. But now I'm out of position and I've slowed down my right side. So the main primary thing that should be moving the fastest is your right side. The block is a last second thing that happens. So I turn, block. Alright, and then I keep turning all the way through. So in one motion it would look like this, here and here. Alright? And that's very important. You don't want to block too early, you don't want to block too late. Alright? So, another thing you want to be careful of is basically, once again, well, one, like I said, blocking too early. Another thing is blocking too late, like I just said. Sorry, I just got distracted a little. Alright, blocking too late would look like this. I'm here, I'm about to release, but I keep moving and then I stop. And you notice when I do this, because I'm following a natural orbit from high, low, high, I'm here. But if I keep going, chances are I'm losing power, I block too early, and it's going to pull me off my right foot. Alright? Which means that you lose a lot of your power. Alright? So, that's very important. You don't want to block too early, you don't want to block too late. You want to practice timing with your block. Alright, now let me shift this down, because... There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to go over the concept of the upper body and lower body block. Alright, so there are two main blocks that work in tandem with each other, or work together. Alright, the upper body block, which is like this thing, and the lower body block, which, there we go, which is this stopping, the left from down here to here. Alright, that needs to stop as well. So what we can't have is this upper body go and then the lower body keeps going. Alright, you need both your upper body and lower body to stop. That's why I say your left side. Alright, so it's the entire, if you were to bisect yourself and the belly button is your midline, you bisect here, the right side, the left side. You want the right side to move around the left side. So you want to think your left side is a pole. Alright, and you're turning around that pole. Alright, that's what you want to feel. Alright, so from the side it would look here, feel here, and you don't want this, or you don't want this, or you don't want that. Alright, from this side, you don't want this, you don't want that, and you don't want that. Alright, you want here, you hear the whole left side stopping and you working around it. Alright, so how to think of this? There's a couple reasons. There's a couple of things you can do to achieve a block. One is just, the easiest thing to do is just stop your left side. But as you guys probably know, in throwing, it's never the easiest thing. So a couple other things, if that doesn't work, that'd be the first thing I would try, is just simply try and stop your left side while your right side is going. Alright? But that probably won't work because it never does. Alright? So, another cue you could use is basically as you're turning and going forward with your right, you want to think this left foot is pushing back. So I'm going forward with my right. I'm speaking as a right-handed thrower. Alright, so I'm turning with my right, and I push back with my left. And what this does is you create this shock effect that really snaps you through, but also makes you super strong in your hips, and will at least prevent your lower body block from giving out. Alright? Now that comes with timing and experience. What a lot of people should try, I would recommend, is keeping a flat foot. Alright, and really just focusing on this. Like a Daniel Stahl type of block. Alright, where the foot is flat and you stop and work around long. Alright, so from here, it'd be here, here, flat foot, and just keep going. Alright, so, but the one I like to coach and the one that I use when I throw is here, and you snap up. I like this one because one, it just feels better for me at least, and I think it just makes you a little more snappy, and it gives you a little more lift. So especially in something like shot put, I like that block a lot. All right. Now another thing you can do, besides this one and the flat foot is thing about your upper body. So what you can do is imagine yourself just pulling inwards like this and pretending like you're holding something, like holding onto a pole. So, damn it, okay, I don't have anything with me. Yeah, I don't. Okay, just imagine there's a pole right here, and basically, right here. All right, so I'm here, I stop here, and I cannot go past this. So I'm actively resisting this. All right, so I'll just stop there and go around. All right, that's another cue you could use. There are a bunch of other cues, whatever works for you. Those are just some. If you want more cues, you can ask me in the comments description. The comments section. All right, so that covers what the block is, why we use the block, what the block looks like, some cues of how to achieve a block. Now, what my athlete asked is how can he improve his block? Because this athlete in particular, who I won't name, will go here. His upper body block will actually be pretty fine. But what happens is his left foot gives out. All right, so it'll be here. It'll be fine there. Now, that's for a couple of reasons. So if that happens to you, what could be causing that is, one, pulling with the upper body. But two, and honestly a pretty overlooked reason in my opinion, is you don't have enough weight on your left. So I know you're taught to keep your weight over your right as long as possible, which is really good. However, if you never actually transfer over your block, one, it defeats the purpose of your block, because the whole point of the block is, one, to transfer transfer energy into your right side, but two, it's also to get over, to get a little more out, and then that's when you would reverse. A non-reverse block is a little different. I've gone over that in other videos, so you can just look that up. But a short summary: non-reverse block, and I'm talking about someone like a Robert Harding or a Lars Riedel, or someone that's like a true non-reverser. This is mainly for discus throwers. So if I pull this up a little so you can see my knee. So this one, the one I was teaching earlier, is push back while you're pushing forward. You don't want to do that if you're a non-reverser. You want to keep flat foot and almost just a little bit bent of a knee, kind of like a soft block in javelin. And what that allows you to do is really work around and stay grounded, but more importantly, it doesn't make you reverse, because this will make you reverse. All right, because I'm lifting. But in the non-reverse, you want a lot more out and to keep this knee bent and to have this knee a little bent. It's a lot harder to do as a block because a lot of people tend to just go like that. All right, but it's just a little bit of a bent knee, just enough. And that's why you want the flat foot, first of all, because here, if I raise my heel, my knee is going to want to extend. You want it to keep it a little flexed or a little bent. All right, just a little bit. It's not too much. It's very, very subtle, but it's enough to keep that flat foot and to allow you to work around. All right, so that's a non-reverse. But for a reverser, which I'm assuming a lot more people are reversers than non-reversers, and I'm talking about a non-reverser in competition. Everyone should do non-reverses, whether shot put or discus. All right, in practice and stuff or warm-ups or whatever. All right, but this isn't the video for that, but that's just a PSA. All right, but what we do want is here, here. Oh, gee. Oh, sorry. I'm here. What you want to feel, all right, is you work all the way around, So let me face the camera. I'm here. I go all the way. Now, what a lot of people tend to forget, and like I was saying in my main point before I got distracted with my non-reverse spiel, is what a lot of people do. So their upper body block will be fine. All right, they're not pulling, but their left foot will give out. Usually when you slip somewhere, so if you're turning out the back and you slip, or you're here in the front and your left foot like gives out some way, that's mainly because you don't have weight over it. All right. So what a lot of people tend to do, which is a good and bad thing, is stay over the right too long. It's a good thing because you're staying over your right. It's a bad thing because if you just stay on your right the entire time, one, you're going to fall back, and two, you're not going to actually transfer weight forward. So you're not going to get an out, and you're not going to get weight over this left foot. And that's what helps it stay on the ground, is the friction and just weight over. When you have weight over a limb, it's going to be less likely to slide out of you, all right? So that's the main thing I would work on, all right, is transferring weight forward. Now that's just helped with doing a reverse, all right, but you can really see this in non-reverses, all right? Now, if you're having this reverse, if you're doing a reverse and your block slips out of you, chances are you're trying to reverse too quickly and you're not really working all the way around. All right, so you're going to tend to reverse early so you don't get the chance to actually put weight over your left foot. All right, because you're taking weight off your right foot too early, so you stop rotating. All right, that's mainly the reason that would go out. Or you reverse and you don't transfer all the way through and you try and stay back and go like that or something like that. I don't have a lot of room here to stumble or anything, so I don't want to. But it'd be like here, and this left foot would come up, and that's not what we want. Mac Wilkins used to like throw like that, and that was very popular in like the 70s and stuff. But even Mac Wilkins nowadays wishes that he didn't do that. There's interviews and stuff about how he wished he knew the stuff he knew now, as every athlete does, because he would probably be the world record holder, as he was at that point in time for a little bit. And I would happen to agree, because he's one of the most phenomenal discus throwers to ever live. All right, but even he admits this is not a good thing to do. Why? Because you have one foot in the air, so you can't produce that much power on a single foot compared to both feet on the ground. There's a reason you can two-leg back squat more than you can single-leg squat. It stands to reason. All right. Another reason is if your left foot is in the air, one, you're falling back, or you can't turn all the way and you won't get an out. You will just simply jump up in the air. So it'll look like that. That's not what we want. As we know nowadays, you want to stay grounded as long as possible so you can work the discus or the shot put as long as possible. All right, so basically, if you have trouble sliding your foot out, or like your foot gives out on you, you don't have weight on it, so you need to practice that. All right, for your upper body block, so say your left foot is perfectly fine here, but your left block gives out. The main reason is you're just pulling. What pulling is your left side is moving faster than your right side, and basically it would look like that. All right, there are many different ways a pull can look. It could just be your arm, it can be your shoulder, but sorry about that. It can be many different things, but just look at your stuff on video. If your left side is moving faster than your right side, you're pulling. All right, so to stop that, that's for, I won't get into this because this video is it's going to be over 20 minutes long, but just really focus on keeping your right side faster than your left side. It's easier to say speed up something than to slow down something. That's what the great John Powell once said in a book and several other interviews and whatnot. All right, and it rings true to this day. It's a very good concept. All right, it's much easier to tell yourself to speed up your right side than to slow down your left side. All right. So try that. So some drills you can do. You can simply have a med ball, just hold it at your chest, or like a discus ball. So like a little thing probably weighs less than 4 pounds or 4 pounds. All right. And really just focus on a stand throw here and just sticking it. All right. So from the side it would look, so from a two-ended med ball, look here and really just try and stick the finish. No movement at all. All right. That is a good sign that 1, you're balanced, and 2, you can hold a strong block. All right. Oh, actually, that's actually another thing I should mention. If you're off balance during the throw, so say you're doing a full throw, and you can't just stop on a dime, and there's like movement and stuff, you're not going to hit a good block because you're off balance. So how can you have a stable block if you're all wobbly and off balance? You can't. So that's something you should fix, and that might help your block. Well, it won't hurt your block at the bare minimum. All right. So that would be a thing to fix if that's a problem for you. So the drill, going back to that, two-handed med ball, just stick, or if you have a discus here, stick. Another thing you can do is you can hold something in your other hand, like another discus or something. Shot put too, you could just have like a little med ball, like a discus ball, ironically. Alright, so. Alright. So, I'm here, and the reason for this is to feel what your left side's doing. What a lot of people tend to do is that they just can't feel what their left side's doing. So coach would be like, "Why stop pulling?" And then the coach is like, and then the athlete is saying, "I don't feel it. I don't feel myself pulling." Well, if you put something in their left hand, something light, because you don't want them to hurt themselves or something. It's not supposed to be a workout. It's supposed to be just feeling something. All right, like this is a 1K discus. That's perfect. All right, so you're here and you just feel what your left side's doing. All right. 1, if you have a pulling problem, this will slow down your left arm because you have something in your hand, so it weighs it down. Or you'll be able to tell immediately because it will probably hurt a little bit if you're like really pulling. All right, so it's a great thing to just immediately feel what you're doing with your left side. All right, so that's a good tip as well. Another thing you could do is work on anti-rotational stuff. Because what the block is you're resisting rotation here. Because your left side will want to rotate with your right side, because that's just what the body wants to do. It wants to work in tandem with each other. It doesn't like to be bisected, all right, into different sides, all right? But if you work on anti-rotational stuff, which one reduce a lot of injuries in your back and make you just overall stronger and a better thrower, especially if you're a hammer thrower. Anti-rotational exercises are very important. All right, but basically what anti-rotational exercises is, something that resists rotation. So I don't have any cables or bands here, but just use your imagination. Just think about, so I have like a Standal like cable row machine. So like, or just like a cable. All right, attached to a weight. There's in like every weight room. All right. So I hear and I pull it towards me, and basically the cable is right here. So it's on the side of me. So what it's attempting to make me do is rotate back to the starting position. What I have to do is resist it, and you're going to immediately feel it here. And you're going to have to resist the forces trying to pull you that way. All right, so you can either just hold it here, or you can do reps like this, or partial. All right, another thing you can do is barbell rotations. So you have a barbell, and for anti-rotational purposes, you would put maybe some. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to recommend that. I might make a separate video on barbell rotations, because a lot of people do them really wrong. All right, so actually I'm going to skip that and move on to another one. Last special strength stuff there's so many special strength stuff that I could go over, but I'm just gonna go over like just like basic ones that everyone can do. All right, for this video, because I don't want it to be like a 3-hour long lecture, because I don't even think my phone can videotape that long. But basically, it's a cable stand throw, or you can do this with a band as well. You can just attach a band to a fence or a pole and do the same thing. All right, and it's basically you hold the cable in your left hand. So you guys are a right-handed thrower. So say like the camera is the cable. All right, like the point where the cable is coming from. All right, so I pull the cable back. I have tension. Okay, I have the stand throw. I have just my hand here. All right, and what you want to do is feel this, and basically pull the cable over. And this is going to really dictate the path that you want your left side to go. All right, and now it's important to do it with nothing in your left hand, and have something you're holding the cable in your right hand. I'm speaking as a right-handed thrower. All right, and really feel your right side now bear the weight while your left side goes. All right, now another thing you can do is, I'm still facing the camera, but now I'm set up. So I've done this. Now I'm going to set up here, and I have the cable here. Now I'm facing towards the cable. So this is supposed to mimic this finish. All right, that finish. All right. What you want is you can put the cable here, and basically with your left hand, so I'm here, you can pull the left side here and keep it there as you turn around here, and really resist the pressure trying to pull you forward, all right, while resisting some rotational as well. Or if you are a blocker that's wide, here, and really feel it out here, this would be a lot more anti-rotational than this one. But those are very good special strength stuff you can do with weight or a band. It's very important, however, that when you do it with your left and right side, depending on if you're left or right-handed, is when you do stuff with the block arm with weight, you want to make sure that you're not developing a pulling habit. So you got to keep in mind, these go really slow. All right, it shouldn't be here and that. They're not for power. They're for feel and strength. All right, because generally you want the right side to always be moving faster than your left side. Oh, gee, sorry, excuse me. Must have ate something weird. What was it? Oh yeah, you always want the right side to go faster than your left side. All right, or if you're a left-handed thrower, you want the left side to go faster than the right side. All right, now with these cable machines, again, you do not want to go fast. Because what that'll do is now you're developing even more of a pulling habit, which is really bad. All right. So, yeah, just be very careful of that. All right, I think that pretty much covers it. If I left something out, you can let me know in the comments. If you want some more information on the block or just any other video ideas, I'm always open to make a video. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.